play guitar anymore. So finally finished with this hand wire conversion on this JTM45. So I just want to kind of go over some of the pictures that I took. This is before I zipped everything up to keep the wires together that need to be together and those that need to be separated. So in this picture, you can see the additional filter cap that I installed inside the amplifier. One thing to note here is the one that's on the side is the main one, and it's wired so that the tube rectifier goes directly to the HT fuse. The HT fuse goes to the cap, and then the cap goes to the standby switch. Originally, the way Marshall had this wired was the tube rectifier went to the fuse, then to the switch, then to the main filter cap. The issue with that is capacitors that are completely drained are essentially a dead short until they get a little bit of charge in them. So there's a huge inrush of current when you flip on the standby switch for the first time. And frankly, this amplifier doesn't need it because a 5AR4 rectifier tube has what's called a soft start. It takes it a little bit of time to develop the voltage, which gives everything time to warm up. So got that. You can kind of see in the background the artificial center tap I did with the 2 Dell resistors. And I did finally get the replacement capacitor for the bias section. Then a little further down the board, you can see the Larmar master volume that I installed. It works really well in this amplifier. Believe it or not, this is the first one I've done with one of those. I've read about it, heard it, and it worked amazingly well in this amplifier. It's a little bit messy here, but I got everything cleaned up before everything was buttoned up. No shielded wire needed. The twisted pair worked very well because of common mode cancellation. Because the signals are out of phase with each other, they don't cancel the guitar signal. But if there's hum, that would be in phase and that would be canceled. And then the bias wire wraps around it for a little bit of extra shielding. Then down on the preamp section, you can see the carbon comp resistors that's in the signal path. I do that on a lot of amplifiers. I want to have a more vintage sound. You could use carbon film everywhere if you want to, but it's just a nice little added touch that I use, and you can see the ceramic disc capacitors in there as well. Pretty nice how it turned out. So, what you all really want to know is how does this compare to the other version? And also, what speakers did I use in the other version? Was it all truly 3 different speakers, or did I pull a fast one? Let's compare those.